We are continuing our special series, Crime Without Punishment, this morning, which looks at the disturbing rise in unsolved murder cases in the U.S. We've examined why some big city police departments can't keep pace with the rising number of killings and how that has made the families of murder victims frustrated and angry. Well, today we look at a potential solution, a federal, state, and local partnership that could be a model for other cities. Jim Axelrod went to Baltimore to learn about it. He joins us now with more. Jim, good morning.
Good morning. What we kept hearing from police chief after police chief, detective after detective, in our collaborative investigation done by CBS News and local CBS stations around the country was a crippling shortage of manpower and resources. In Baltimore, we found an approach that seems to be gaining some traction in solving more murders. Teamwork.
His killer was standing on that end.
So far this week, we've documented a troubling trend.
Were people getting away with murder?
The rate of making arrests in murder cases is at a 50-year low.
Baltimore police are pleading for help as they work to solve 16 shootings and 28 armed robberies.
Baltimore is no different, where police solve less than half of the homicides. Except here,
plenty of room, big space.
They just might be finding a solution to this disturbing problem.
There it is.
It's an approach overseen by Eric Barron, the U.S. Attorney in Maryland. Barron hopes to boost the rate of homicide arrests with more intelligence developed from a partnership housed in a nondescript warehouse in a secured location we've been asked to conceal.
This is the Organized Crime and Drug Enforcement Task Force.
Morning, you had a couple search warrants you did?
A strike force of local and federal authorities taking aim at Baltimore's violent crime.
The law enforcement community is so balkanized. You got local, state, federal. Here is where we can put all or most of them together in one place, sharing information, working together.
16 people, you heard that right, shot over the weekend alone.
We visited after a violent Father's Day weekend added 6 new homicides to the city's total.
So this is a map that we generated of all the homicides and shootings in 2021 in Baltimore City.
Intelligence analyst Billy Nichols is the dot connector in chief here. At least 338 homicides in red last year alone. They are in every portion of the city. Each morning, Nichols opens an email with what's called a 24, a fresh report of each homicide, shooting, and questionable death in the city in the last 24 hours.
The first thing I'm looking for is really to see whether or not our victim has anything to do with any of our cases. Because, you know, if that's the case, then it seems the logical thought would be it has something to do with the ongoing investigation.
Nichols worked the streets for more than 20 years as a Baltimore police officer. So you might get something in a 24 that connects up to another homicide investigation.
Or another federal investigation.
Triple C was as organized and savvy as they are violent and relentless.
The idea is to build big cases that take lots of murderers off the street at once, like the 15 Triple C gang members linked to 18 homicides and 27 other attempts. They were indicted last summer on drug, racketeering, and conspiracy charges.
This business was built on violence, murders and shootings of rival gang members and drug dealers.
John Lenzner was the acting U.S. attorney in Baltimore at the time.
One indictment can not only lead to violent gang members serving in prison, but can also help a city clear a number of homicides that have gone unsolved for a number of years.
Eric Barron, the current U.S. attorney, calls it the Al Capone strategy. The violent mob boss wasn't busted for murder in the 1930s. He was convicted on tax evasion charges. The problem is a 50-year low in clearing murder cases. The solution, if I hear you right, is cooperation.
Absolutely. It's the biggest part of the solution. Cooperation, not just among law enforcement, but the community as well.
You know, Jim, it's really interesting to hear him say that because so often we hear with law enforcement sometimes about these sort of territorial turf wars,
Intramural
right? People don't
disputes.
want to share
Sure.
information, and they're trying to protect their own sort of turf. So I'm wondering, in the case of Baltimore specifically, why is it so difficult to close cases there?
You know, you can look at any of these cities and talk about specifics to those cities, but actually what we found in the course of our investigation, both with the CBS investigative unit and this collaborative effort with CBS stations around the country, a similar theme, which is until you get past the erosion of trust that has happened between police departments and certain communities, specifically communities of color in a post-George Floyd world, until you restore some of that trust, you're going to be missing out on the witness accounts and on the leads that might be generated by these interactions. And it needs to be closed, not just on the community's part, but the police departments have to work in a way that allows that trust to be restored. Baltimore, like every other city that we dug into, has that tension, maybe even more so.
Trust is everything in so many components of life. It's interesting to be reminded the Al Capone was taken down by tax fraud. How is that Al Capone method possibly more effective?
Yeah, so the bottom line, of course, is to get killers off the street. But if you can't make a case necessarily on that, let's get the criminal, the bad people off the streets. If it's drug, if it's racketeering, if it's tax evasion, you're still taking people off the street who commit murders. That lowers the homicide rate, and that helps begin to reverse the trend of solving homicide cases. We've been talking all week about under-resourced, understaffed police departments. Well, if they have fewer cases to investigate, then perhaps the success rate in those they do have will go up.
So is cooperation here sort of the bottom line answer, some people think, to solving, like in Baltimore, all of those unsolved murders?
Well, not just cooperation, but this teamwork approach, which is really a sharing of intelligence. So you could throw the sort of umbrella term of cooperation, but specifically, so much intel is developed, think about it, with all of these agencies that we just saw. But what good does that do if the agency that is sort of in the county and you're in the city, if you don't know what each other's doing? This is sort of a clearinghouse for intel and a coordination effort for the intel. And that appears to be gaining some traction in terms of reversing this exceedingly disturbing trend.
It almost reminds me of like the 9/11 Commission report, where they talked about, right, the stovepiping of these agencies, right?
The silos.
The silos, and they did not want to share information with each other, and thus it was a weaker response to the threats involved.
And that's how you get to a place where we are right now.
It seems like common sense. Why hadn't this been happening before? So hopefully more cities will follow suit. Jim, hats off to you and the investigative unit on this great reporting.
Thank you.
You went to several cities. What stood out to you? What surprised you?
I think the takeaway at the end of the process is that we report on these disturbing trends. That's numbers, and that's a policy discussion. But underlying everything is the human toll. That ballroom in Mississippi was among the most, with the mothers, the victims, the survivors. That was among the most moving places I've ever been as a reporter, to hear that kind of pain, and it makes you realize that it's not just all about the numbers, it's about the human toll, and that should be the incentive to get the policy just right.
Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to watch that, that was from yesterday's report. Just so powerful and compelling to see that.
A lot of victims' families. Jim, thank you.